Okay, so another day, another series, man. This one over here is Let's Be Frank Again. The reason why we've added again in there is because we actually did there was a small mini-series for Frank. It was a couple of years ago, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. We did a mini-series for Frank Warner, who's a furniture piece of this channel. He's been around forever, which I really do appreciate. But we did a 3-part series for Frank a while ago, and we called it Let's Be Frank. And now we're doing a much bigger series, and it's called Let's Be Frank Again. Absolutely love the name. So this one over here, we're starting off with Jamiroquai. Obviously, I do know Jamiroquai. I've heard the name. I don't have any of their music on my playlist, and I'm not sure if I've heard or haven't heard Virtual Insanity. I'll let you know. If it's something that's very popular and it's been in like sort of high rotation, and I've heard it in passing, I'll obviously let you know. But yeah, so Jamiroquai, Virtual Insanity. Before we even get started, I just want to let you guys know there's 3 slots left of the 535 mini series for December. Literally just 3 slots left. So anybody wants to grab those, link is down in the pinned comment. And let's go, man. Let's see what we got. Jamiroquai, Virtual Insanity. Oh, before we even do that, let me actually read Frank's message over here. In 1966, UK pronounced Jah-Mirror-Quai. The video maybe you'll guess how it was done. Maybe you know or can figure it out. The singer JK had the idea of the video, and it was the director, Jonathan Glazer, who had to make it work. For the squad. Okay. I'm assuming that's for the squad. Alright, well, let's see what this video is about. Let's go.
What we're living in, let me tell ya. And it's a world that man can eat at all. When things are big, that should be small.
Hey!
Can't tell.
Okay, no. I've heard this song before. This has been played in South Africa on the radio a few times, but many years ago. Right? We've never gone through the lyrics. I've never seen the video ever, so I don't know what you're talking about with regards to the video. But yeah, okay. I know this song in part. I just know that sound. It's a very popular sound, but we've never broken down the lyrics.
At all, when things are big, that should be small. Who can tell what magic spells we're doing for us? And I'm giving all my love to this world, only to be told I can't see, I can't breathe, no, not where we'll be. And nothing's gonna change the way we live. Cause we can always take but never give. And never things are
nothing's gonna change the way we live, because we can always take but never give. Right? So that'll just perpetuate this consistent greed and selfishness in this world. I like the beginning line is like, you know, how can we live in this world when we take big things that are big, like things, we make things big that should be small, like we over exaggerate everything, right? Actually, and media, actually, the media and social media help exacerbate that quite badly, right? But that's probably why the song is actually called Virtual Insanity, is all because of this online craziness, the social media, the legacy media, the mainstream media. All of these guys are only, you know, they're there to push a particular side. And what happens in social media is the algorithms are set to only push what you want to see. So you get stuck in an echo chamber of just one view, of just one narrative. And then the other side gets stuck in the echo chamber of another narrative. And then when you find that this all spills out into the streets and violence into the streets, people tend to be like, but why? Like, why are people fighting like this? Because, I mean, I watch this and like, I don't know why that other side is so delusional about this, but that's because that other side is being fed one narrative and this side is being fed another narrative. You're not seeing what the guy who opposes you is seeing. Do you know what I mean? There's no balanced view over here. It's all a money-making racket. They just, whatever gets you to click. If it destroys society, it doesn't actually matter. That is the very definition of virtual insanity. Let's go.
The way we live, cause we can always take but never give. And never things are changing for the worse. See, wow, it's a crazy world we're living in. And I just can't see that half of us immersed in sin is all we have to give these futures made of virtual insanity. Now always seem to be governed by this love we have for useless twisting of that new technology. Oh, now
see, the twisting of a new technology. I like the way that his actual environment is ever changing. He's not the one changing it; it's just changing around him, right? So even the people are like sort of like being pulled back. I've got an idea with regards to what they could be doing here. The one thing that's I mean, the floor could be actually moving. It could be put on some sort of jack suspensions and then pulled along. But then that wouldn't explain why the couch was moving like that. And then he was moving differently because he was moving independently, essentially, and the couch was moving. So it almost feels like the floor wasn't moving. It could be that the walls were moving. Let me see. See, the couch is actually moving sort of independently over there, and then he's moving outside of it. So the entirety of the floor cannot be moving right? It would mean that the whole floor needs to shift, which means all the other couches, including himself, would either move back or forward, essentially. So that couch could either be, this couch in the middle over here could either be on magnets on a platform, and underneath it, the magnets are actually moving the couch independently. And as for everything else, I actually think they could be shifting the entire set. Just from our own sort of experience in the marketing production, a viral game, essentially, it could be that I mean, at first I thought the floor was actually moving, but I feel that if you actually had to create one massive platform and then create struts that hold the actual rigging for the cameras, and then the entire structure moves with the camera, you'd seem that's seamless. Right, so the camera's never out of frame. It's actually literally always within frame, and everything's moving. The camera, the walls, everything's moving. That would give you that effect, right? That would give you that effect. Yeah, that would be my only guess in terms of how they're doing that.
Where to begin? If I could slip the secret ties of earth the man has made, and now every mother can choose a color. Child, that's not nature's way. Well, that's what they said yesterday. There's nothing left to do but pray.
See, it's crazy because you tend to think, okay, but that only that one couch is moving, but the other couch isn't. But if the other couch is actually bolted to the wall, and the camera is actually on struts with the set, and the entire set is moving, it'll give you the illusion that just that one couch is moving. When it was actually twirling around, that has to be sort of a magnetic platform that twirls it around within that. But in terms of that, just that sort of lateral movement like that's over there is those couches are bolted to the wall, the other couch is bolted to the wall, and then you move the entire set with the camera, and it gives you the illusion that that couch is just sort of moving independently, almost floating. I like that.
Well, that's what they said yesterday. There's nothing left to do but pray. I think it's time to find a new religion. Whoa, it's so insane to see this as another strain. There's something in this future that we have to be told. Futures made of virtual insanity that always seem to be governed by this love we have for useless twisting of that new technology. Oh, now there is no sound, but we all live underground. Whoa, now there is no sound.
I don't actually think Jamiroquai actually quite knew how much of his words would be pertinent today. So much more pertinent today. Like, I think it was like there was kind of like an inkling back then that all this technology might not be good. It might not be good for humanity. Going down as we progress, right? And if you looked at that time, people were like, it's just innovation. That's what they said about the bicycle. That's what they said about the TV. That's what they said about the radio. But this is different. This is different. Social media is different, right? Because social media is being controlled by technocrats that are absolutely money hungry. They are money hungry. They don't care if they tear apart the fabric of society. Social media has completely changed countries' political orders purely by a few wealthy men just funding money and putting money into social media to flip the narrative, and then those people go out and either go out and create chaos, right, where they do a riot and they sort of stage a coup, or they completely shift the actual consciousness of the population to favor another party, right, through viral advertising. Right, Facebook has shaped many different political orders around the world in the smaller sort of countries, right, and it's been responsible for a genocide in Mongolia. Facebook has been responsible for a genocide in Mongolia when they were warned multiple times that there was going to be a genocide that was going to be carried out in Mongolia, because the people are using Facebook to spread hate about I can't remember who the groups of people were, but to spread hate about another group of people, right, and how they need to be eradicated and that, and Facebook did not do absolutely anything, and then the genocide happened, right, thanks to Facebook and how all of that rhetoric was permeated through Mongolia. It's actually insane. And that's actually what's happening now in the West as well, right? In the West as well, we're getting so close. We're at the brink now, but we're getting so close to civil wars in our societies because of just these ridiculous tribal factions that we're in at the moment, right? It's my side over anything and everything. Like, I'm not even interested in the other side. I'm not interested to hear somebody else. I'm not interested in dissent. I'm not interested. Maybe you've got your argument is different to mine. Let me hear it out. Do you know what I mean? And let's have this discussion. Nothing. Even if your side is wrong, it does not matter. Does not matter. You will stick by your side either way, because it is impossible for anybody to now look at the other side objectively and be like, maybe I should just listen a bit. Maybe we've been played with. Maybe I'm being a pawn to the very powerful elites, right, that are trying to reshape my thinking. No. I mean, we don't do that anymore, sadly. You know what I mean? And try and get a younger generation to sort of listen to some wisdom for a change. It's never going to happen. You see what happened over there? So I just want to show you over here quickly. In terms of how these couches moved. I mean, hopefully you can see it. I know it's a bit fainted, but so what happens is when they pull that entire set diagonally, so they're obviously pulling it like this at an axis, they're pulling it diagonally with the camera attached to the set, you're gonna get that feel. It's the walls, the cameras, everything are moving, and not the floor, because if the floor was moving, he would have to actually take a couple of steps back because it would go against his motion, right? And the couches are going that way, so he would almost like lose balance. But he's staying still and still dancing, which means that the actual set is moving with the camera and the floor is static. That's at least my guess. I could be very wrong, but that's at least my guess. There's nothing so bad. I like the instrumentation on this. blood on the floor, and that's exactly what it leads to. Like literally what I actually spoke about with regards to Mongolia. All right, is that all this virtual insanity eventually leads to real world travesties like genocides, like fighting, like civil war. You know what I mean? That's true. Very cool. Very, very cool. I actually have a different appreciation for the song right now. Obviously, you've heard this on the radio, and you kind of like remember that chorus, right? Dun, 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 like that kind of thing, but you never really paid attention to. That's why reactions are really cool, because it actually forces you to pay attention to the actual words. And I like the whole concept of this video is very cool, is that the world is ever changing and it's changing around you, and nothing you do can change that, right? You can do, you are not, you're completely inconsequential in terms of what happens in this world. The world is going to change, it's going to morph around you, and things are going to happen, and you have no power over them, in terms of like he has no power over his environment. So it's a great little statement, and it's quite symbolic in terms of like things will shape and morph around me, and I've got no power to control that. All I can do is either get out of the way, right, or spread my message. But at the end of the day, if these things move, they move, and I've got to take it as it comes. I've got to move with it, and it is what it is. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think down below. I'll catch you on the very next one. Peace.